isn't that what they said, Mary Kay's I remember Ann Newberry saying the new consultant manual said, get started and don't quit. That was it in the beginning.
I believe it.
So, all right. So we're about 2 minutes before we get going here. And so we're going to give everybody anything anybody wants to add before Melinda does her motivational quote for the day to get our meeting started in a
I
minute
just,
and a half.
I just like to kind of affirm something Susie said earlier about Melinda. Thank you for being the greeter, because I know, like, when I go to, like, just visiting someone's church, or our church has it, it always is so much more welcoming when you go and they have a greeter, whether you know them or not. It's just more inviting to have that welcome when you first come in, a smiling face, welcome. So thank you for being our greeter tonight. And yes, Lisa is, she might ask me questions or whatever, but she does not give up. And that is something that cannot be taught. The rest are skills that can be taught, but I am so proud of her. I don't know that she realizes that sometimes.
I love that.
Wow, we love that.
Also, real quick, since we're recording, congratulations to the Susie Moeller unit, #1 in recruiting for the month of January. For like there's like a Midwest directors meeting that we get on Zoom, and there's some really heavy hitter, like there's $1 million units in there, and it's a it's a great big influential group. And so, wow, what an accomplishment to you guys. Great job.
Yay. Thank you. We had, I'm just going to say, it was not a me thing, it was a we thing. And there were so many different recruiters, which is beautiful. We are just rising up.
Love that.
Awesome.
Awesome. All right. Well, it is 8 o'clock. So our Melinda is our greeter, and she said she would be able to find something fun and inspirational to share with us before we get our meeting started. So go ahead, Melinda.
Well, we didn't say fun. We just said inspirational.
Okay, inspirational. All right, serious.
No, but this one is pretty close to my heart. It's Psalms 145:17. The Lord is righteous in all his ways and faithful in all he does.
We love that.
Short and sweet and to the point.
And can you repeat the psalm again?
It's Psalms 145:17.
Okay.
Hey, perfect. Elizabeth and Tori.
All right. Well, we are excited that you guys are here. Thank you. It is Monday again, and Monday is one of my favorite days. I remember when my kids were little and it would be Monday and I'd be like, oh, I love Monday, because they would all go to school and I'd have the house to myself. And so I still love Monday, although it does look a little bit different for me. But it's a great day for us to get together as leaders and get refreshed. Just like we do on Sunday when we go to church, Monday is our Mary Kay revival time to revive our stinking thinking, or to be excited about sharing something that we did, or just to be a part of something bigger than us. So I appreciate you guys making the time to be on the live. We love it when you're actually here. Tonight, we are going to go through the announcements quickly. We don't have too many, but we did a little shift shaping and changed the meeting up a little bit to give you guys an opportunity for a couple of places to win. And so we want to go over that to make sure everybody understands a little bit about what the meeting is going to look like moving forward. But before we do that, let's talk about some of the company announcements that we have. Obviously, career conference registration is open. And so we are excited in the Orlando area because we live in Orlando and they're having a career conference in Orlando. So if you are in the Central Florida area, or we've got people obviously coming down from Georgia and all kinds of places, if you are close to a site, I would absolutely encourage you to register right away, because they will sell out. And there's not very many. And so anybody in the surrounding tri-state area, I would imagine would be driving to go to a physical career conference. And so I would definitely just encourage you, don't wait until the last minute. Make sure you get registered. Talk with your director to find out what is the best situation for you. If there's going to be some type of a viewing somewhere where there's a gathering of people to watch the general session, because I know that you can register to get just the general session. So talk to your sales director about what that looks like. You don't want to miss out on that education that the company likes to sort of give those consultants first. And so a lot of the material that we heard firsthand at leadership, they share with the consultants at Career Conference. So you'll be the first to hear about some exciting new things that are going to be coming our way very soon. So register for Career Conference. Speaking of Career Conference, when you are attending a live career conference like we are in Orlando, when you have 3 or more registered red jackets on site, the red jackets and the sales director get on stage recognition. And so it's going to be really exciting for you to do that. Now, one thing, if you've been a Mary Kay long enough, you know that, if you're not quite in red by the end of February, but you get into red by Career Conference, we give you grace and you get to go into the red jacket training because you're in your red jacket. On stage recognition deadline is February. And so it must be by the end of February in order for the units to get recognized on stage. So I just want to make sure to clarify that because there's not going to be any sneaking in on the on-stage badge earning thing. If you don't have all of your recognition, that means your My Shop has to be set up. You get that bling badge for your My Shop to be up and active. Talk to your sales director to make sure that that's good. And look for the other places to win for your career conference registration when you register for Career Conference because the deadline is February 28th. Okay. All right. PCP mailers should be arriving shortly. So just get yourself prepared for that. It's a great opportunity for you to reach back out. If you haven't gotten your book already, it's going to be coming in the mail soon. And so we're excited for your customers to get their hands on that book and for you to have an opportunity to follow up with her once a quarter. But let's not forget about participating in PCP. It gives you early ordering privilege, which is on February 10th. And so you can get your hands on some of the new lip glosses and the new, I don't have it right here in front of me because I just put everything away. But we love that the after Sun Replenishing Gel is back. We love that. We talked about that last week. So look to see what is fresh, what is new. The bronzers are here and get excited about talking to your customers about getting a sneak peek. And one of the things I always love to tell people just really quickly is, you are a privileged beauty consultant who gets early ordering privilege because of your preferred customer program. And those are privileges you should be passing on to your customer where, I don't know if you know this, but I actually get early ordering privilege. And so I get it before everybody else in the Mary Kay world. So I wanted to give you a sneak peek. Those kinds of conversations with your customers for pre-orders are really exciting. They'll be able to get the product before anybody else does. And so that's cool. When it hits your website or your My Shop environment, you will already have the product in your hand and you'll be able to do same day service. The rest of everybody can order it the same day. The whole world can see it, which of course usually creates a delay. So just wanted to make sure that you know to pass that privilege on to your customers. Okay. Let's talk a little bit about the rooms that we had. We've decided sort of as a group that we wanted to give you guys some places to win and to kind of come in and really analyze how we break the rooms down. And so we are so excited about the way we're going to divide the group up. And so I want you to listen and we'll go over it again as soon as the training is done with the Boss Babes. But until the next time we decide to change it up, we're going to go to a 3-room series. And the first room is going to be the main room. And that is going to be for consultants who have 0 to 299 points. Okay. So it's not based so much on bookings. It's going to be based on points. All right. The next room is for anybody that has 300 points or higher. So you're tracking your points. So for instance, maybe you didn't get 5 bookings, but you did 2 facials and you had a group appointment and you placed your order and you did some other things. This is going to give you an opportunity to move into that higher education room and get a little bit more intentional with what you have going on in your business and the relevance and the training that you're going to receive in those rooms. Okay. And then the last room is going to be our Great Start room. And so this room is going to be for anybody that is in their Great Start window from month 1 through month 4. So if you were new 2 months ago and you're still in your Great Start window, we want to invite you to the Great Start room, which I think is going to be super powerful for your new business launch and to keep you excited and to really talk about the relevance of all the perks that you get as a new consultant, because there's a lot of things that can be quite overwhelming when you're new. There's so much to learn. And so I think this is going to be a great space for us to really target some of those questions that you might have and keep you in a space where everybody's new and you're kind of all going through the same thing together. Okay, we're going to create like Mary Kay pledge classes, right? You're like the shiny pins. That's what we used to call them, as the shiny pin when you were like brand new in the sorority. Okay. All right. So the main room is 0 to 299, then the 300 plus group. So this week or this month, it will be I'm going to be in the main room, and Susie is going to be in the Great Start room, and then Jana is going to be working with the girls that are 300 and plus with your points. Okay. All right. So I'm pretty sure that that is all of the announcements. Am I hitting everything right? I can't think of anything else. And so we're getting done a little bit early, but that's okay. We've got a great training tonight with another national sales director in the Boss Babe series. So let's go ahead and take good notes. By the way, I just want to let you know that the Boss Babe series is designed for you to also, ask questions during your small groups. If you hear something that really triggers something and you want to make those discussions, it's not just sort of an open forum to discuss whatever you want, which you can. But if you are triggered by something and that sparks some conversation, you can take some things from those videos that we're watching and really discuss that in a smaller group setting with your director and stuff. So anyway, all right, let's get rolling. We're excited.
Allison, let's hear from our top three.
Oh my gosh, our top three. Right, Jana, I've got it right here in front
got
of me.
you.
Okay.
I got you.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So let's talk about, why? Because it's right here. All right. So let's do a drum roll, please. We have 3 ladies this week that did over 1,000 points. Okay. So we're so excited about that. So number 3 from the Allison Carter unit, and our beautiful greeter today was Melinda with 1,140 points. Congratulations, Melinda. So we want to unmute and tell everybody in the group about your week.
I'll figure it out in a minute. Let's see. I am the queen of baskets. And seeing that Valentine's Day is coming, those baskets are flying. I didn't even add in what I did today because today goes next week. But I was stopped at, I did a double facial of a mom and daughter and the mom. It started off just as a facial, and then I said, well, hey, do you have anybody you want to invite? The more the merrier, but it is on you. It's the focus is you. You're the queen of the night. So, if it's only you, that's great. So she invited her mom. So we did the mom, and the funniest story, but I'll keep it short. Her husband was upstairs listening to everything, and they go to my church. So, the party was Saturday. Sunday, I go to church and I hear Miss Melinda across the parking. And I'm like, who's calling me? Because I didn't recognize the voice. But the son was with the dad, and he's the one who told him my name or whatever. And he bought a basket. I popped my trunk. All the baskets happened to be there. And they were all lined up, and they were all cute, and they all had prices. And he was like, I'll take that one. And then he says, oh, my mother-in-law's birthday is in a couple weeks. I'll take that one for her. And then he's like, oh, yeah. And he stopped a guy that was walking by, and he was like, you got to get something for your wife. And I sold a couple more. And then a couple more guys came up, and they were like, are you going to be here on Wednesday? Wednesday is dad's night with the kids, so with the youth group. So I was like, I will be here. So there's like 4 or 5 that want to get something Wednesday night as well. So that, but I didn't place my order yet because I want all the new things that comes out tomorrow because I'm early order. And then I did book a party from another lady at church because she's going to be my next team member.
This is such a great time to focus on men.
Yes, it is. And I work with a bunch of men. So
Yeah.
These holidays really blow up my business. So I love
Very
it.
good. We love that. Awesome job. I know you are the queen of baskets for sure. All right, number 2, the runner-up to our queen with 1,653 points is Laurie Parks in the Janice Strunk unit. Good job, Laurie.
Thank you.
All right, so tell us a little bit about what your week looked like.
Well, I had 2 facials. I have 4 bookings, and I sold $628 worth of product, and I had a wholesale order of $725. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, good week.
So one thing I want to just point out, and you're going to see this with all 3 of these ladies that did over 1,000 points. They had bookings, they shared the opportunity, they held appointments, and they're doing facials. So there's that full circle. I think Laurie was the only one, or the queen might have done this too, placed an order, but there were sales that accompanied that. And so you're not just seeing like orders being placed and then there's no selling or appointments or anything like that. You're seeing that full circle success. So congratulations, Laurie. We love that.
Thank you. Thank you.
And our beautiful queen from the Janice Strunk unit is Emmily Trollinger. Am I saying that Trollinger? Am I saying that right?
It is Trollinger.
Trollinger. Oh yeah. Okay. Trollinger. She is our queen and I don't see her on here tonight. Oh, wait, no.
She might be at work.
Okay.
But
All
anyway,
right.
and sometimes she can't hop on last minute or something, but
well, Jana, I know you're excited. She had a great full circle week with over $958 in personal sales and with 2,112 points. So give us a little shout out. What was she going through? What was she doing? We want to hear about it.
Well, I'll just tell you that she's consistent in working, and she she loves doing parties. And so she slides it in, she fits it in. She's been sharing the Mary Kay opportunity. And so it's, and I think that she is so authentic, and she comes at her business with such an authenticity of her heart. Like she's just doing it to help people. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Sometimes we can shift and we can get like, I'm trying to do this for money, or, I have this desire and we desire it so much. So she kind of is just, I think, doing it, not that she's just doing it for fun, but does it make sense that she's just excited to impact lives and get opinions on the product for sure. So she just
but before we roll into the training, let me just give you a pro tip. When you work your business from an authentic place, you never get burned out.
Amen.
You could do it forever. So that's a great idea. I love that idea. Keep doing that. Good job, Emily. So, okay. All right, Jana, are we ready now? I think.
Yep.
Right on time. So let's kick the video.
All right. Sounds great.
Hi, I'm National Sales Director, Dr. Lakeisha Chisholm from the All-American City, Fayetteville, North Carolina. And I'm super excited, just thrilled to be a part of the 2026 Boss Babe program. I'm excited tonight to talk to you about this is your time. Step into your yes. Let me say it again. This is your time. Step into your yes. You guys, there are moments in life when something just clicks. You don't always get a big sign or a big loud announcement. Sometimes it's quiet. Sometimes it's just a feeling, a nudge that says, now. If you're here listening to this, leaning in, feeling something stir, this might be one of those moments for you. Because this is what I know to be true. Nothing changes until a decision is made. Not a wish, not a hope, but a decision. I remember when I made one of the biggest yes decisions of my life and my Mary Kay business and career. I remember the moment I decided to say yes to my business and to take my business seriously. Like, not when I signed the beauty agreement. you know? But once I got in, once I got my starter kit, and once, you start looking around and okay, I made the decision to take my business seriously, to work the business like a business. And let me be honest, I didn't have it all figured out. Okay. I didn't suddenly feel confident and I didn't feel fearless. Like, I'm doing this. But I made a decision. I said, I'm not just going to talk about it. I'm going to be about it. I gave myself permission to work my business like a business. And guess what happened? Like, seriously, you all. When I started treating my business like a business started showing up. Like, it was like I actually had a business. I had sales. I had customers. Like, it was so exciting. Y'all, that one decision, it changed everything. Now, let me tell you what that looked like in real life, because this part, it matters. I was extremely shy. Although I grew up in the military, did 20 years active duty service, I worked about 95% nails. I did not wear makeup, okay? I did not have any knowledge about the beauty industry. I was extremely shy. Like, me and you together, that was too many people. Like, it was anxiety. Like, it was just too to you guys. But these are things that stretched me. I didn't have a lot of family support because, again, I was in the military, and sometimes you get stationed out in no man's land, and so you're not close to your family. And so I did not have family support. You guys, there were moments that felt uncomfortable and unfamiliar. But one thing that I was coachable. And I'm proud to say that. I was coachable because I learned that everything here is a skill set that we can learn. I activity consistently. And that's when, I made another yes. I said yes to moving up the career path. I began to take that serious about moving up, serious about becoming a red jacket. At that time, you guys, I didn't even realize that it was my time. I didn't have someone here pouring into me like, it is your time. Go, go, go. Like people falling out of the airplanes and the parachutes, like, go, go, go. Right? I didn't have that. But not realizing that it was my time, I just knew I didn't want to sit on potential anymore. Looking back now, I'm so grateful I moved when I did, because in that season, I grew. My confidence grew. My leadership grew. And my business grew. I mean, like, so much so, have you ever thought about having a quantum leap? That's what happened. And then I'll tell you, there was another moment that I said yes. Right? Not quite sure if it was my time, but I'm grateful that I said yes, because in hindsight, I know now that it was absolutely my time. My sales director said, I'm looking for 5 more directors this year. And I was like, whoa, let me tell you, I had no idea what being a director actually entailed. I didn't know I didn't have all the details. I didn't know all the moving pieces to what the process looked like. None of that. I didn't have a full picture. I just knew one thing. I knew that I wanted to help, and I knew that I had more in me. And without fully understanding the assignment, you guys, I said yes. I stepped into a yes, right? It was shaky because I wanted to do it, but I had, anxiety and, the what ifs. But I'm so grateful that I stepped into that yes. That decision, it was clearly blind faith. Because I made that decision first, everything else began to align. You guys, after saying yes to something that I didn't have all the information about, people started showing up. Customers started showing up. Team members started showing up. Sales supported my growth. It helped to sharpen my skills. And my leadership, it stretched and it strengthened me. I didn't become ready because before the decision, I became ready because of the decision. And that's what I want you to hear today. You don't need to know every step. My goodness, I did not know every step. Some days I did not know what it looked like from day to day. I did not know what it looked like from hour to hour, minute to minute. I did not have all the answers. And there were certainly a lot of times when I did not feel 100% confident. Like, you know how people say, I got this. You got it. I didn't feel like I had it. Okay? I was like, oh my God, I feel like I'm going to drop the ball. But one thing that I did, I made a decision. And I stood on that decision. I stepped into that yes. You guys, momentum, it doesn't come before movement. Okay? It comes after movement. So I had to say yes. I had to get the ball rolling. The yes is the big push of the ball. And then the ball gets rolling. And I began to do the activity that it took for me to get to where I wanted to be. I did become one of those 5 sales directors, and the rest was history. When I look back at that decision, it wasn't about pressure. And I didn't feel pressure. It was about permission. And I'm grateful that I gave myself permission to move forward. I gave myself permission to step into this season and not to teeter-totter on the line. Should I go? 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 Okay, we're getting ready to double dutch, but I haven't jumped in yet, right? I gave myself permission to stop waiting. I gave myself permission to trust the decision that God placed in my heart. I gave myself permission to step into my yes. And I know that you're here today and you want to do that too. Give yourself permission to do whatever is in your heart with this business. Before we log off, before you move on to your next, I want you to pause for just a moment. Because there's a version of you, the one who said yes, the one who started this journey, the one who believed there was more. And y'all, she's still here. She is. She's waiting. She's waiting on you to trust her again. Will you trust her? You don't need to become someone new. You don't need to be louder, bolder, or different. You just need to honor the decision, the yes you've already made. This isn't about doing everything at once. It's about doing the next right thing. on purpose, intentional. Years from now, you won't even seriously remember the fear. Like, you won't remember the anxiety. You won't remember the awkward moments. You won't even remember the yeses and the no's, the no-shows. You know what you'll remember? You'll remember the moment that you chose yourself, the moment that you stepped into your yes. So if something in you is stirring right now, if your heart is saying, this could be my time, listen. Say yes again. Move your feet. Move your feet. And let the rest unfold. Because this, my friends, this is your time. And so I challenge you to make a decision within the next 24 hours. Make a decision. Write it down and send it to your leader. Send it to an accountability partner. And then I want you to do something in the next 24 hours that moves you closer to that goal. We're going to step into our yes this year. This is your time. And we are going, I promise you, at the end, we'll have a celebration like no other because you said yes. You are the one that stepped into your yes, and you are the one that will be shining in the spotlight. This is your time, my friends.
All right, it is. This is your time. Okay, so the breakout rooms are open. Again, if you have 0 to 299 points and you are not in your first 4 months as a new beauty consultant, you will stay right here in the main room. If you are in your first 4 months of business, you're going to go into the Great Start room with Susie. And if you have over 300 points for this last week, you're going to go into the 300 plus points room. Okay? All right.
Jana,
Yes, ma'am.
what happens if I have
I'm sorry, it was cutting out. What did you say,
sorry.
Lisa?